Well, Nick, I've been looking at the projections. Listen, your department is asking for a 20% increase in the operating expenses?
Yes, Mark. Well, that's mainly due to the new cloud infrastructure. Listen, as our user base grows, we need more bandwidth to maintain performance.
I get that, but listen, we're trying to run a lean operation here. Can't we just optimize the existing code?
Well, we are already doing that. But listen, optimization has its limits. If we don't upgrade the servers, we risk a major outage during peak hours. An outage? That sounds expensive. But
Listen, is there any way to defer the cost? Can we lease the equipment?
well, actually moving to a different cloud provider might lower our overhead in the long run. But listen, the switching costs would be high initially.
Switching costs. Well, I don't like the sound of that. What if we just reallocate some funds from the R&D budget?
That's a possibility, but listen, that would slow down the development of the new AI features.
Well, true. Listen, I'd rather pay for servers than lose our competitive edge. Let's approve the budget, but I want a report on utilization rates every month.
Deal. Well, I'll have that report on your desk by Monday.
Well, welcome back to the studio. That was quite a tense negotiation between Mark and Nick.
It certainly was, Marcus. Listen, I think Nick handled the situation very well. He stayed calm even when Mark was pushing back on the costs.
Absolutely. Well, Nick used a very effective strategy. He framed the expense as a way to avoid a bigger problem, the outage. Listen, fear of loss is a powerful motivator for CEOs.
Exactly. Mark, on the other hand, well, he was focused on being lean. But listen, he was open to reason when he realized the risk to the product.
Well, let's break down some of that business vocabulary. They mentioned operating expenses, or OPEX.
Right. Well, OPEX refers to the day-to-day costs of running a business, like rent, salaries, or in this case, server costs.
Interesting. And what about bandwidth?
Well, literally, it's the data transfer capacity. But listen, in business slang, we often use it to mean human capacity. Like, I don't have the bandwidth to take on another project right now.
That's a great example. Nick also mentioned an outage.
Yes, well, an outage is a period when a system or service is unavailable. Listen, for a tech company like Ipsum, an outage is a disaster. It means lost revenue.
And Mark was worried about overhead.
Well, overhead refers to ongoing business expenses not directly attributed to creating a product or service, like administrative costs.
Finally, they agreed to reallocate funds.
Right. Well, to reallocate means to assign something, like money or resources, to a different purpose. For example, we decided to reallocate the travel budget to marketing.
Well, great analysis, Julia. Listen, negotiation is all about finding that win-win scenario.